Don't touch that.
I ran up a check, I might do it again. Enemies close, had me thinking they're friends. 10 toes down, I'll be free until the end. Crib outside the city, I don't feel safe in my hands. Took so many years, I'm just waiting for the wins. I'm in debt to no one but the one who took my sins. I do it for real, there's no reason to pretend. If I do it once, I do it again. Add it up, bankroll, euro, peso, add it up, I'm just doing me, everything is on me, oh you matter what. Add it up, bankroll, euro, peso, add it up, I'm just doing me, everything is on me, oh you matter what. Add it up, told her if it's all me, everything is on me, gon' back it up. Matter what, told you I'ma do me, why you hating on me, it's not adding up. I do roll like a Mack truck, country heart, I might cop a farm and go act up. Lot of scars, I was cold-hearted, now I'm back up. Keep it real, I do this once a month, I don't rap much. I just take the money and go stack up.
Good evening, good evening, good evening. This is Marie coming to your hearing. I am coming on with my guest tonight, Travis Luke. I would like to give a shout out to Mr. Julius Hall for giving us this platform and for AB, the brainchild of Incarceration to Incorporate, to my co-host Julius Campbell, who is not here tonight. Now, Travis, how are you doing tonight?
I'm doing great. What about you?
Doing fine, thank you. I just want to know, Travis, can you give us your name and give us a little bit of your story of incarceration? And when I say in story, I mean your affiliation to incarceration.
Okay. First of all, I would let you know this. It's an honor to be a part of this. Is actually my first podcast. I usually turn them down because I just wasn't ready. But Mr. Julius,
Right.
we got a great relationship, so I decided to do it. But incarceration just been a part of my life before I even knew what incarceration was. From my
Right.
grandfather, my grandfather, my father, and myself was in prison all at the same time. So
Wow.
my father went to prison when I was 3. So it's just a long list of incarceration, and it kind of was passed down as the quote unquote generational curse. So I've been in and out of jail and in and out of trouble my whole life, and I think but this is the longest I've been out of jail. Like I haven't been to jail for driving on suspended license or probation violation or something. And it may have a lot to do with house arrest because I usually my charges don't allow me to get house arrest, and this was the first time me being house arrest and halfway house. I usually max out my time, but I just been in and out of jail my whole life, and I'm just happy and proud to say I got sons that never been in the back of police cars. So that's my goal. That's my aim is to get them to understand that okay, I already been through this, and I'm telling you that you in a rush to grow up. The last place you need to go is prison because when you get in prison, you become a child. You go to sleep when they tell
Exactly.
you to go to sleep. Yeah, you're gonna eat when they tell you to eat. They take the TV when you get in trouble. I think the prisons guard take the TV quicker from us than a parent taking from a child in the free world. So
What
prison is just
Go ahead, Travis.
now I was just going to say prison is not where a child want to go that wants to be an adult. That's the last place a youth anybody want to go because you you get immediately get treated like a kid, immediately.
So, Travis, you say that you had sons. How many sons do you have?
I got 3 sons.
You have three sons. And you know what I think? You said this is the longest that you have been out. So I think that you're their father. So now they're going to look for you to be an example. You understand? And so, like you said, you want to break that generational curse because you do not want them to take the road that you have taken. So what are you doing for them not to take that road? Tell us what you're doing now, Travis.
First of all, I lead by an example. So I'm actually about to get, even though I won't say I won't need to, but it really won't help my cause out. But I'm going back to college just because I got sons in college and I got another son following up in college. So I just want us to do it together. But for the most part, my kids, I just in a in a
Yes, stuck. Mm-mm. Well, anyway, Travis is having a little difficulties, and I think that it's really okay. You're back,
I'm back.
Travis.
Okay, so right now, I'm back. You can hear me.
I can hear you.
So right now, what you can hear me. Okay, right now, what I'm going through is I'm going through the listening stage. I just listen to them.
Mhm.
My 16-year-old daughter told me well, probably a month or so ago, I don't listen to you anyway. And I was saying in my head, there's no way you can't listen because you can't close your ears. You can close your mouth,
Right,
but you can't close your ears. So it's like I'm reacclimating myself into the life of understanding that they're not 4 and 5 anymore. They're 16. I got a daughter that's 23 that was 13 when I left, and I still
wow,
I kind of treat her like she's 13 because that's what I remember. Even though I was
right.
in their life through phone and stuff like that, but I've still got to reacclimate myself. So for just to get them on a different path, I stand on not doing wrong. Like a child, especially at that age group, if I was sneaking and selling drugs or sneaking and gang banging or sneaking and running around with my pistol or whatever the case may be, they would know it. I can remember real quick. I can remember my youngest baby who just turned 15 on yesterday after I got shot. I can remember every time before I left the house, she was like, Anna was 4, maybe 3, and she would ask me, did I have my gun? Every day before I left out, and
Wow,
she was in that living around. She asked me, Daddy, she would pat my side, ask me, did I have a gun? So I know they watching. You know what I mean? I know they watching.
that's
So no
right.
matter how tough the struggle, right? No matter how tough the struggle get for me, I stayed the course. In this work that I'm doing, that we talk about, me going to the halfway house and speaking, me going to schools and speaking, me just going to mentor other kids. Like it showed them that okay, my daddy don't want to go back to prison. Like my daddy
You
doing
and guess
everything he
what you
can.
what,
And,
what you
mhm.
doing, Travis? You taking another road to show them something different, which is I so respect you for that because if she's at 4 years old and she can pat your side and say about the gun, believe me that they're still watching you, even if they tell you that they're not listening. And so I want you to speak
Of
on that.
course.
I know that you're doing OAA, Albany,
Uh-huh.
and
Uh-huh.
OAA people
Southwest
stands for.
Southwest Georgia OAA.
Yes, and OAA stands for Offender Alumni People, and Travis is going to be the director there. This is new beginning for you. You done did your path of prison. Now you're turning around to leave. You speak
Mm-hmm.
at the school. You speak and tell me, can you tell us the people about how you speak to the men at the halfway house?
So when I talk to the men at the halfway house, the first thing I remind them, or first thing I bring to their attention is this: hey, nothing can be worse than when you just left from.
That's right.
It's nothing no struggle, no being broke, no. I tell my probation officer just got on me by the job, and I tell him, I said, hey, you don't have to worry about it. I'll go take orders at McDonald's before I go back to prison because when you go back to prison, you're gonna work anyway, and they're gonna pay you 2-3 cents on the dollar to go do work that you should be getting paid $20 an hour for. So I just basically let them know that the atmosphere is not the same. Like back in the
Right.
day, when I came home from state prison, being a convicted felon, I couldn't get a job. Now, don't
Right.
know the people without felons don't want to work, so they kind of like have no other choice but to allow convicted felons to work. Plus, we have so many different programs that are advocating for felons as far as not having to check the felon box on the application, for as not
Right.
having certain background checks. You know what I mean? So you
That's
don't
right.
have to come out here and go back to what you was doing. You know what I mean? Because you're going back to jail. Like if you weren't smart enough not to go the first time, you're definitely not gonna be smart enough to go the second time. So you're going back to
Exactly.
jail.
That's bottom line.
So I just
So
and I break that down to them. And I tell them it's okay to be selfish. And reason why I teach them it's okay to be selfish is because I did it. I came home and I spread myself thin to try to fulfill all the promises I made, tried to make up for all the things I didn't do, and it ended up putting me in a bad place that had me dreaming about selling drugs. So you know what
wow.
I mean? So I just tell them it's okay to be selfish. You have to get you together first. First and
Right.
foremost, for a child, for your mama, before your wife, you have to get you together first, and it's not gonna happen overnight. It may take a year, but you have to get you together first. If you don't, and you take on all the stuff that you take on, I can almost guarantee you're gonna relapse into either using drugs, selling drugs, robbing, whatever you did to get back, because you're gonna go back to what you think. Oh, it's all I know. It's definitely not all you know. It's all you want to do.
Exactly. Exactly. You know what, Travis? That's what they think. They think that I'm talking about when I say they think, I'm talking about DOC, Department of Corrections. They think that
Mhm.
recidivism is something that we do. We're going to take and commit and return back to prison. But like you said, that is not all we know. It's so much more that you can be doing, men that are listening to us in just a prison. You can be preparing yourself to be coming home right now. Look at the halfway house. Travis at the halfway house, and the halfway house that he was, he's now talking to the men who are coming there. That is a new beginning, Travis. That is a new
And
beginning.
I'm gonna tell you something about the men in Justice Federal Prison. If they
Okay.
come out here and do the same thing that they doing, it because they wanted to. And I say that because one of the big things that I advocate for OAA is to bring some of the programming from federal prison over to state. State is a gladiator school. I've been to state. It's nothing. They not teaching you nothing. They just throwing you in there and you just defend for yourself. With the federal system, my first 3 years I became NCCR certification, 10, OSHA 10, OSHA 30. I learned how to do brick mason. I learned how to I do brick mason. I could do some electrician work. I learned stock market. I learned real estate. I learned business credit, personal credit. I probably got 30 certificates or more. And what I used to do was I would find knuckleheads that didn't want to take the classes because they would only let you take 2 classes every 10 weeks. So I would just get them to sign up for it. They can get the certificate and I'll take the class. So it's like
Wow.
you don't have no federal prison mates. We don't have no. It's no excuse for us to come home and be better men because it's nothing for you to bump to somebody that has a background in something that could just make you a millionaire. Like I watch the stock market every day, all day. I'm not trading at the moment,
Really?
but I got the knowledge to right because you can learn that in there. It's they in there with you, especially when you get from the medium so. But the guys at Lowe's and Count, they ain't got no business coming back out to my doing nothing wrong. It's too many programs. I could be a house. I could build
Really?
a Walmart right now. Yeah. It's just too many programs in the federal
But
system.
Travis, you know you are so right because being in the state facility, they do not teach and not, they don't teach you nothing. And then no, I can't say they don't teach you nothing. They don't pay you. They do not pay you. You guys in the federal prisons, y'all got paid.
It ain't enough. Like you have unicorn
I
jobs, but
understand that.
I'm gonna
Go
keep it
ahead,
honest
Travis.
with you. I ain't had no job. I ain't have a job. I did everything I could do to get out of having a job, and because they were not about to work me for $5 a month. No, I did everything I could, but it ain't even the job. It's just the program. You can get forklift, and you got certain spots in the federal system. You can get CDL license. You can get HVAC certification, electrician certification, carpenter certification. That's through the system.
Wow.
But on the backside, you got other people. They have classes. They have vocational system set up where people come in and teach that's on the compound. So it ain't really, you
So
really could learn something in the Fed.
that's right. So what you saying that there's no need for them that are in federal prisons to not prepare yourself to come home to do something. You can be an entrepreneur. You don't have to come out here because just like you said, when you are a convicted felon, it is hard to get a job. So you can come
Yep.
out here and be an entrepreneur, a successful entrepreneur.
Right. Right.
I like
And
it.
I tell you, and for the guys at Jessup, and you probably can run my thing. They know me through the federal system, but I'm gonna tell you something. What I did, one day I was on the rec yard, and we was out there working out,
Hmm.
and whatnot. I'm just keep. I ain't gonna candy coat. I'm over there with all the black guys. We over there working out, but all we talking about is the women we slept with, the cars we had, the money we made. That's it. That's all we talking about. Hey man, that ain't gonna get a damn dime. We gonna get no money off of that. So I used to walk past this room. None. I used to walk past those stories. I go read a novel for that. I used to walk past his room, and there was a couple black guys and a bunch of old white guys in this one room doing yoga. And I say,
Hmm.
I don't know nothing about yoga, but I'm about to start doing yoga today. And they laughed at me.
Right.
Oh, boy, you finna do yoga. But get what? Those same guys I went in there and started doing yoga with, I could call them right now and they give me pointers on what's going on in the stock market, what's going on in, the real estate market. What they because this is what they discussed enough. They didn't discuss the women in the cars. They discussed how to get more money. You know what I mean? So I hung
Exactly.
around that. So with that being said, you have to get around people that can contribute to your freedom. not contribute to your entertainment.
But guess what? You
That's
know
the
what? I
whole
like
key.
that. You said contribute to your freedom. Freedom
And
when
not
you
your
get out,
entertainment.
and freedom to a thought. Your mind have to be different. You can't
Right.
have that same mindset saying about the women you done slept with, because those things are old and it's not. If
Somebody else sleeping with her now.
exactly.
Yeah, that we need to talk about that. Yeah, there's somebody else
Exactly.
sleeping with her.
They don't want
But
to talk about that.
yeah,
They
but
want to talk about what they done did.
yeah, I think
Yeah.
I think for the last 7 years of my prison sentence, I had no girlfriend. I didn't want to be nobody boyfriend in prison. People were reaching out to me, trying to talk to me. Hey, listen, man, I don't want to be in no relationship with nobody while I'm in jail. It's not gonna benefit me no kind of way. I don't need you to send me no money. I don't care about no letter or no visitation. None of that is gonna contribute to my freedom. I don't care. So I took
Right.
myself away from that. And anybody that know me, I wrote over 40 books while I was in prison. I wrote over
Really?
60 movies. I got books and movies. Yeah, I got books and movie gang intervention curriculums. I got all kinds of stuff, but that's all I did. I got up before count time, my feet was on the floor.
Can
I
I tell
went
you
and typed a
something,
little bit.
Mister?
Went,
You need to talk to Mr. Hall after we get through with being on air tonight, because Mr. Hall, that's one thing about Mr. Hall. He loved to take and purchase like books that
mm-hmm.
returning citizens have took and wrote, and you need to get in with somebody who can help you get those things produced. You can do your story. I'm serious,
Mm-hmm.
because that is so good. You know what you did? You changed your mindset. You
Yeah, I
changed your
stopped doing
mindset.
everything I used to do. Everything I used to do, I stopped doing it. We know weed in the
Hmm.
system. I stopped smoking weed. I stopped drinking. I stopped. The only thing I did stop was, be honest, it's the cell phone. I wouldn't put my cell phone down. I don't care what. I
Right,
wouldn't put
right.
that phone down.
Right,
But
that's good.
everything
I
else,
understand that. You got to have some
everything
part,
else,
you
I
know,
stopped.
the
Yeah, I wouldn't put that phone down. They would just catch me with the phone. But everything else, everything else that I did, as far as getting high, I stopped eating meat. I started working out.
wow.
I just everything that I used to do, I stopped doing. I started doing all new things, and that what helps me cope now. When I get in a hard space, I get my back to the wall. That what helps me cope. My discipline, my ability to fast, my ability to be consistent on my goals, and understand that, hey, one wrong move is over with. I'm not naive to know. I got three friends. Well, one of my two friends within the last week that I heard, two of them got 25 and one of them got 30, and they 40. They dead. It's over with. I can't. No. Wait.
Don't, you
I
know what,
don't.
Travis? Don't give the system no more of your time.
I don't got no more to give them.
Don't
That
give them
time
no
is
more.
some everybody that brought that time up. Yeah, that's over with.
And
Yeah,
you know,
that's over with.
I like how disciplined you are. So did you take that, like you just said, did you take that same discipline and did you bring it out with you?
I did. I did.
That's good.
I'm a real firm believer in, if you can dictate what you put in your body, when you put it in your body, everything else is easy. Because our biggest, especially us Westerners, our biggest addiction is food. So if you could control the foods you eat, when you eat, like, it's nothing for me to go on a day or two fast. Like, I do it without even, I do it so much till I have to remind myself, like, hey, you haven't ate. But it's
Wow.
just that and I don't watch TV. I never, the guys in prison will probably say he lying. I never watched Power.
Uh-huh.
Honestly, I never watched Power, not one
Okay.
episode.
Not
I never
one.
watched Raising. I never watched none of that because I didn't watch TV. Only thing in prison that I would go watch, and anybody, I got friends that are vouch for this, was Shark Tank. And it was crazy because everybody would be mad because
I
I wanted
love
to watch
Shark
Shark Tank.
Tank.
And I'm like,
I love Shark
but they
Tank.
want to sit up here and watch this nonsense. You ain't gonna learn nothing from that, bro. You with what they showing on Power, most of y'all say y'all already done it. So what's the use of watching that? Why not watch these guys that teach you about valuations and how to structure your company and how to look for money for your company? That don't make sense to watch Power. So I fast from the TV. I don't watch TV now. I don't.
Really?
Every blue moon, yeah, every blue moon I watch TV. I don't watch TV now
So can I
at
ask you a
all.
question? What would you like? I think you'd be a great role model. I think you'd be a great role model, a big brother, or something to these young guys. Because Travis, let me tell you something. We just did a about 2 months ago. We did visual and verbal for young kids from age 13 to 17, Travis. Travis, these young boys don't care about going to prison, Travis. They do not
I know.
care. I'm telling you right now, they do not care and they're not scared. So what would you say to that young man who is not afraid, who is in a game, who have a gun, and you talking, what would you say to him, Travis, to bring him to a decision where, guess what, it's not your homeboys that you're in a game with that's going to be there for you when the judge give you 40 years of life?
I'm gonna tell you. So, and I mentor look guys from time to time. Not always, I may be a little rough with them sometimes, but the streets even rougher. So I always ask them questions like, "Do you know anybody that locked up?" And they always be like,
Right.
"Yeah, my homeboy been locked." And I be like, "When the last time you wrote him? When the last time you
Right.
went to check on him, mama?" You may stream rest in peace when or you may stream free him when you see some on social media, but is that gonna feed him? Do you not
No.
know that there's gonna be times in there where he gonna be on lockdown because the prison on went up? He gonna be on lockdown and he ain't got no food, and these people don't care nothing about that, and you ain't doing nothing for him. So my question is, what makes you different? I don't like to really speak on this, but let's just say like I was one of the I had a lot of rank in the game. Man, I watched them people throw more money on the floor than they sent me. Literally, watch them
Wow.
throw more money on the floor. And I tell the young guys that the same guy that you, and I was the big homie, like I care everybody, like everybody ate off of my table. So they'll do it to me. What make you think you gonna be any different? And I ask them the same thing about the
Exactly.
death thing. Do you do you know somebody that got killed in the street? Yeah, my homeboy. And I asked them, you must be bulletproof. What gonna
Hmm.
stop you from getting killed? I'm saying I've been
Exactly.
shot out. I've been shot out. Lost my finger trying to save my brother. Hey man, you ain't bulletproof, man. So what makes you? So my
Exactly.
my 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 question is you telling me that you that far gone off of their music, off of these trends, that you will risk your life knowing that you can't save it, homie? You're gonna die here. You're gonna get a
That's
million
right.
years of these people get a hold of you. Now
That's right.
you might one or two of them that may get lucky and get out of it, but even the ones that get out of it, they still can't rest in peace. They can't live in peace because people know you got that money, they'll come get it. You can't hide
Hmm.
it. You can't put it in the bank. You
That's
don't done
right.
stuff to people. You don't done stuff to people, and ain't no expiration date on revenge.
It's not. It is
Ain't no
not.
expiration date.
It is not.
So,
You are
and
so right.
people. And you know what? And people always ask me this question. They always say, "Well, man, now that you're doing right, man, you don't be scared that stuff from your past gonna come back on you and da da da." They always ask me that, and I say, if God protected me when I was doing all this nonsense, when I was trying to die, when I was out here running up on every kind of gun, when I was by myself fighting and starting fight by myself, getting jumped on and beat up and drug all around the club, and He didn't let me die then. If He take my life right now with me doing right, nobody been out shed now until I'm talking about throw a part, nobody been out cry. Because I'm
Right.
saying it's so many other people that I felt like they shouldn't have died and it should have been me. So with that
Right.
being said, if He saved me through all of this when it's my time, bro, don't nobody feel no kind of way about it because he allowed me to overstay my welcome here on earth. So I don't worry about the revenge or nothing coming back on me. I go wherever I want to go. I walk like I don't look at wherever I do whatever I want to do. I don't worry about
But you know
absolutely
what,
nothing.
Travis? Let me tell you something. I like what you just said. You said if he kept you when you was doing wrong, so you know he reserved you. He
Correct.
reserved you for these times. You understand? Because
Correct.
he reserved you, and I like that. I like what you just said. I'm telling you, I like that. You say don't he gonna keep you. He gonna continue to keep you because you still got much work to do, but it in a positive way. Now you got your sons and your daughters watching, and they will say, "My daddy is
Mhm.
different. My daddy is
And
different." So I
I'm gonna tell the bigger thing is, and I post on social media certain things, but certain things I don't. The bigger thing is that I have the leaders from the opposite gang that we used to be at war with coming to me saying, "Hey, man, bro, I like what you're doing, man. What can I do to help? I salute what you're doing." Man, these people couldn't even look at each other without getting at each other. So it's like
right
I know people sitting by saying, if this man could do that, I can do it. When I go, everybody
exactly.
know. making Georgia's war zone for gang. Anybody know that? I always have been. When I go speaking and making it, the reaction I get from the youth let me know that what I'm doing is anointed. Them kids come up to me after I'm finished speaking and ask to shake my hand. Hey, can I shake your hand? You were so real. You were transparent. These the same kids that terrorizing their neighborhood and terrorizing their school, but they asking me questions like, how did I do this and how did I do that? And I keep it. I ask the people, can I answer the question truthfully?
That's right.
I don't like candy coat nothing. I'm gonna tell them wholeheartedly the truth.
Well, that's how I am.
Right? You know, some organizations, they want to be political correct. They can't take that. So I have to ask for permission before I answer certain questions. But it's just the reaction that I get. And right now, like before I got OA, it was just me. It's just me just working off of faith. You know what I mean? Put my work in, and just the reaction that I get from it let me know that I'm doing exactly what I'm supposed to be doing. So I know God happy with me right now.
Yes, he is.
You know what I mean? He showed it to me.
That's right.
I was the boy. Listen, there ain't nothing I'm proud of. My probation, my federal probation officer told me the other day. He said, "Luke, you're gonna be known till you 80 years old." He said, whether you like it or not, you got connections all through these streets. And now that you're doing this other thing, you're gonna have connections everywhere else. And I'm telling you now, you got to watch what you do, because the moment you slip, we're gonna have to take care.
They watching. They watch. But guess what? You heard what your probation officer said. You got connections in the street, right? But now you got this new connection, a better connection.
Right.
You understand? But guess what? Even the young men, you are a soldier. You understand? And guess what? You just took and changed partners, Travis. You are a soldier. You are a leader. They are watching you. I commend you. Thank you for joining OAA, because I'm OAA Savannah. So we will be meeting. So, I'm just me and Julius is OAA Savannah. So I'll be so happy when I finally meet you. You are such an inspiration. Keep doing what you're doing, Travis. Keep talking to the men who are coming home from prison. And guess what? I know Mr. Harlington, Marie, we can't save all of you, but if it was up to me, I want to save all the babies, because I don't want them. When we did the visual and verbal, Travis, the lady from Memorial came and she told us that 10 and 12-year-olds are in ICU now. There's no more, not that I want the 22-year-old, like I said before, to be in ICU, but 10 and 12, these are babies. The young man who got shot 24 times and he survived. It breaks my heart, because I'm a mother, and I'm not saying it don't break other people's heart, but it breaks my heart to see that they're not scared. They're not scared, Travis. And for those young men to come up and shake your hand and commit, that means they watching you. So you stay being that leader that they can watch and say, you know what, Travis, I don't want to do this. Can you help me to get out of it? And I know that you will. I know that you will do it. And I'm just so happy. So happy to meet you and to have you do what you do. So like I said, you just keep men and women who are incarcerated, because I can speak to the women who are incarcerated, because I was once incarcerated. And so I can speak to you and say,
I speak to them too. And I tell them, hey, you got a second chance to be that strong Black woman that I need. Because
exactly,
hey, I understand. It wouldn't be no Barack Obama without Michelle. So
see,
coming out of prison, that what we need.
That exactly. Exactly.
Yeah. Don't you come back out here with that foolishness.
You ain't got to worry about me. You only want one time. You ain't got to worry about me. So, Travis, it was such a pleasure to have you on the show tonight. And like I said, we will meet again. I wanted you to come to meet the vice president of 100 Black Men. And even though that you're in Albany, I want to still give him your number to reach out to you, so you can come and they can pay for you to come here and talk to the youth, because that's what they do. You know what I'm saying? We need role models and everything like that. So you're a great role model to me. Guess what? And nobody who has never been through nothing can tell nobody something. So I don't care about you putting your nose up at me. How you gonna tell me something if you ain't never been through nothing?
Man, I can smell that on you. If you ain't been through no struggle, I can smell it. And no kid can smell it. No, the other people like me can
Exactly.
smell that. You went to
That's
school and
true.
learned it, man. You that don't work where I'm from.
Exactly. You could be book. Guess what? I want them to be book smart, but it's nothing like when you have that street intelligence. You understand, and you done been through the struggle, and you can tell me something. You can tell me.
That's
You
right.
can tell a young man don't use a pistol because you know why, Travis? You don't use one.
Mm-hmm.
You can tell him that. You can tell him don't be trying to be in the game. You done lost part of your limbs.
Man,
So
I've been shot from my feet all the way up to my head. Think it ran in front of the gun to do it. So it just, I
really
think teaching, yeah, that's another story for another podcast. But
okay.
I think that value of life, and I got this thing. What I start leaking you in. I just start doing it, and it's what we need to do to turn the streets back into the community.
Wow.
Because if we could turn the streets back into the community, we can explain and people can understand the value of life. Because I once didn't value my life. And when nothing
Right.
nobody can make me do, my kids love, nothing could make me value my life because I had already accepted that I was gonna die early. I had
Wow.
already accepted it. I had already accepted it. Because of the life that I was living. Like when I was in the streets, I didn't have allies. I was at war with everybody. People used to do stuff to me and I didn't know who did it. So I just go
Wow.
pick random and I don't know who did it. I couldn't tell you who shot at me because I was at war
Wow.
with everybody at one point. But I didn't value my life. So once
Wow.
you teach the youth to value their life, and I'm gonna say this, and I know I was 30 minutes up. I'm one of the people that gonna always say this. Only the people that got money think money ain't important. If you teach these youth how to go get them some money the right way and show them that they can think the same thing that my old white men teach their kids, my Italian buddies, that when they teach their kids, if we teach our kids the same thing, we have a better chance of them valuing their life because they'll look forward to being 23 and 24, being able to buy a house, being able to go on a lot to get a BMW, being able to do go travel the world, go live in Europe if they want to. We got the same opportunities, but if we don't teach them, it's gonna be over with. But see, they always tell us, money ain't important. To who? To the people that
Money is
to the people that
important.
got it. To the people that got it ain't
Exactly.
nothing. To the people that
Exactly.
ain't got it. To us
Exactly.
that coming out the neighborhood, that living in poverty-stricken community, that destitute, going through all the things we're going through. Money is the number one thing.
That's right.
And I'm gonna keep it at the forefront. We're gonna teach these people how to get them some money, manage their money, and invest their money, understanding that renting ain't nothing. Owning is where you gain wealth at. And that's just the bottom line of it, man. We got to teach them about money. We have to teach them about money.
We
Ain't no way
have
you can
to.
talk to them. You can talk to them till you blue in the face about having great character, better principles. You can talk to you blue in the face. If you ain't teaching them people something about some money, you might as well stop talking because the streets is demanding that they got money.
That's right. And
YouTube.
especially when the young men and women are in poverty, Travis, and they go to school with these kids and they're being teased and they want to wear the Jordans like little Johnny got on Jordans. I'm telling you, it is so true. It's a
And
young
I'm
man.
not.
Go ahead.
And I was just going to say, I don't know if it's true, but I can't. I don't want to speak on that because I don't know. But somebody, baby, might have committed suicide because of some bullying about some clothes. You know what I mean? But I don't like
Right.
to speak on it because I read about it, but I don't know the truth of the matter.
Right.
But we just backward, man. I got a rich homeboy, man. Them folks ain't buying all. Them folks don't own nail pound joy.
Exactly. Exactly. Like you said, Travis, it's this mindset. If we don't change the
Mindset.
mindset, we're gonna be messed up. I'm gonna tell you, this is Marie coming to your hearing tonight. I would like to thank Travis for being on tonight, sharing his story. It was such a pleasure to talk to you, Travis. I didn't feel nervous tonight either. It was such a
I
pleasure to
told you
talk
I
to you.
got you. I
Yes,
told you I
you did.
got you.
Yes, you. So to my co-host Julius Campbell, he is out tonight, and then to Mr. Hall, I hope you feel better. To Mr. Julius Hall for giving us the same platform again. To Mr. AD for Incarceration to Incorporate. This is Marie coming to you here. Y'all have a good night. Bye.
Right.
Bye, Travis.
Bye bye.
Like that.
to it.